welcome to my channel, Mystical Travels 369, and thank you for watching my video on Aries for April 24th through the 29th. Actually, 23rd through the 29th. April 23rd through the 29th. We're just going to take a look at what that week is going to bring you. So remember, this is a general reading. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. But I'll do the best I can to try to be as specific as possible. A couple of things before we get started, Aries. One, I'm using the Morgan Greer deck. I will use the True Intuition deck for clarification. I have a couple of Oracle decks. I'll probably use the Energy deck and maybe the Wisdom deck. But you can find more information about those decks on my About page. I have them all listed there. And I might pull in a couple of others. We'll just see how the reading goes. Also, if you want a personal reading, my website and my email are on my About page and below, that's too many cards, below the description of this video if you want to reach out for that. In the meantime, let's get started on your general reading. Oh, also subscribe, like, comment, whatever feels good for you based on how you felt about your reading. You know, if you really like the readings I give, then please do subscribe, comment, like it, share it, tell others, and visit my website. All right, so let's get started. All right, tell me, Spirit, what is going on with Aries for the week of April 23rd through April 29th? Lots of different ways to shuffle. I have used this deck for 30 years. It's kind of tattered. All right, Aries. Spirit, tell me all about what Aries needs to hear. Everybody pulls a little bit differently, shuffles a little bit differently, right? And I'm going to pull one more. All right. So this is sort of your foundation. I don't read upside down cards on this reading. I do in my personal readings, but not in my general readings for astrological signs. All right. So this is your foundation. This is what's going on with you right now that will kind of lift you off into that week next week. So we've got the Page of Pentacles, we've got the Hierophant card, Major Arcana, we've got the Justice card, Major Arcana, and then we have the Six of Cups. These are all really good cards. And when I'm kind of looking at this, you know, the first thing that jumps out to me is this Hierophant. This is Taurus energy on the board here, and Justice, it's Libra energy on the board. And looking at these two, that these could be people in your life, that Taurus energy or that Libra energy, but I'm going towards this being very, very much around structure and having a plan and sort of executing to plan. So whether you're taking away from this a love relationship or a career or a move or something specific going on in your life, you've got this sort of plan going around with it. And the reason why you have this plan in place is to make sure that whatever it is you're trying to get out of this situation, whether it's finance, or increased revenue source, increased productivity, increased friendships, or quality time with people, whatever it is, you're using this structure to get to that point. And then you have this Justice card. And there's two things that Justice, I'm sorry, my allergies are, it's that time of year, springtime, everything's blooming. But the Justice card really talks, there's a couple of things that it could be leaning towards, but what it feels like it's leaning towards is that some of you might be feeling like you've really done your due diligence to really understand what is needed to make this plan very, very viable. And you may not 100% know how it's going to turn out, but you feel like you've done as much due diligence as you can, and that's what this Justice card is here for. Now, some of you may actually have some court time that week, where you've got a legal situation going on, whether or not you're actually in a courtroom or just dealing with a legal situation of some kind. It could be anything from selling a business to divorce, marriage, anything that's contractual or legal in nature. That Justice card can represent that. And right next to this Hierophant tells me that there's a lot of structure in your approach to it. And we've got this Six of Cups. This is very much a romance card. It can be a romance card. So for those of you who are right now looking at this reading from a romance perspective, you've got that going in your favor. And remember, this is your foundation. So this is sort of what is already happening right now. You've got some structure in place. You've got a plan in place. You're trying to increase this source, whatever it is, whether it's revenue, productivity, quality time, friendships, whatever it is, you're trying to increase that. You're taking a structured approach to doing so. You've done your due diligence. There may be a contract or a legal process involved of some kind. And as a result of that, you come out on the winning side. So you feel good about the choices you're making. All right. So let's see, Spirit, based on that foundation, where is Aries going from here? What else does Aries need to know about the week of April 23rd through the 29th? What else does Aries need to know? Did I turn this upside down? Oh, no, I didn't flip it. That's why. Okay. We got the Five of Cups. What else does Aries need to know? Ah, it's always interesting when you have two cards that kind of conflict a little bit, Like, what does that mean? What else does Aries need to know? Oh, one more. There we go. Oh, wow. All right. These are really good cards. So we have the Five of Cups here. We've got the Sun and the Wheel of Fortune. And the Sun is, that's a phenomenal card. That card it's about, kind of everything you're wanting to come true is going to come true. Now, and then the Wheel of Fortune is just working in your favor. So that's wonderful news as well. This Five of Cups is interesting. So this Five of Cups is sort of I call it my, crying over spilled milk sort of card. It is, you might be focusing on something negative and preoccupied by it, maybe even obsessed by it. When there's this positive option here, if you look at this card closely, you've got the three spilled chalices of blood, and then the two that are still in great condition, but his back is to that, right? And so that tells me that you may be spending too much time or too much energy on something that is not a value. It's negative. There's nothing you can do about it. It is what it is. You need to let it go and look for your opportunities because they're there and they're just waiting for you to turn around and grab them. And with that comes the Sun and the Wheel of Fortune card. And that just means that everything is going to be progressing in your favor. And all the preparation you did previous to that week will be paying off, right? So it's great. Let's see what the actual outcome is. What is the outcome for Aries the week of April 23rd through the 29th? What is the outcome? One more card. All right, so interesting. You've got a couple of conflict cards here. We'll pull one more. We'll pull some clarification as well. So we've got the five, and they're both fives. Five can be it's very much a number of change. It's a number of, and it can be a number of conflict, but it's just a lot of movement, right? That number five is a lot of movement. And you've got two fives here. You've got this Five of Cups over here as well. couple of ones here. What else do we have? We have another, your Hierophant is a 5, so that's this pushing structure. We've got a 6 and an 11, or also a 2. So coming back to these, I'm just going to say here, you may feel like the other people that are involved in the situation with you are not putting in the same amount of effort in, but yet they feel like they are. Notice in this card that you've got all these different hands. So there's obviously, these are different people with their different rods and they're having a conflict. I can also talk about this as being kind of too many cooks in the kitchen, if you will, or whatever other analogy you want to use. Too many captains on the bridge, whatever. It's just too many people trying to own the situation. You need one person to lead and the others to delegate to. And you might have a situation here where if it's not you, you might need to let go of it a little bit to see how it falls, right? And then if you can pick leadership back up, you might be able to do that and grab it and run with it, right? But you've got this sort of interim conflict going on. And let's see what other outcome card we get. Spirit, tell me about Aries. And this could be two different things. You might have more than one thing. Aries tend to have a lot of irons in the fire. They like to be productive, So what else for Aries on this outcome for the week of April 23rd through the 29th? All right, star card. Okay, so well, you're coming out smelling good, right? you have a hope for the situation. You have comfort and hope, and you feel good about how it's going to happen. So what this tells me is that you may see conflict. You may even see the horizon of potential conflict coming. But what you're doing is you're giving that positive energy. You have that hope. You're talking up the good talk, and you're trying to let that be an influence. You've resigned yourself to the fact, and in Aries, you're probably pretty good at this, resigning yourself to the fact that you can't control people around you. You can only influence and control yourself. That's only the real control that you have. And change is a constant. It's always going to be there. It's better to flow with it than to fight it. So, and find your opportunity within it versus resist it, right? So I kind of feel like, what you're doing is coming out exactly the way you want, and then there's a hiccup, and you anticipated it, and you're sort of letting it run its own course, right? That's kind of how that is. Let's take a look at I just want to see real quick let's see, what do we want? Let's clarify this Hierophant and Justice card. And then we'll clarify these two as well. And then we'll clarify these two 5s as well in the star card. Spirit, give me some clarification on, that was quick. On the Hierophant card and the Justice card. Why does Aries have the Hierophant card and the Justice card? One more. Why does Aries have the Hierophant card and Justice card? All right. Okay, so we've got the Fool, the Strength, and the 4 of Cups. Wow. Interesting cards. So this 4 Cups is about, make sure that you're looking at the opportunities ahead of you, okay? And, I don't want to use the word opportunities really, but I really want to say options. Because what he's doing here is he's got 4 cups. He's kind of chucking them out. And notice peeking through the veil here is that universe, that higher power, that God, however you refer to it, sort of watching over and making sure that you're seeing the options that help. The helping hand is there, however unseen it is there. So just make sure you're looking for that. That's really important, and that's in your foundational time frame. So that's going on currently. What help can you see, or what unseen opportunities are available to you if you look a little harder, right? And then we have the Strength card, which is, it's sometimes, it's like that saying, pull yourself up by your bootstraps, right? You just have to have the strength to kind of endure the situation and get to where you want to go. You might be in a scenario where you feel like you have to prepare a lot. There's a lot of prep work going on in order to do what you want to do. And that prep work seems daunting, maybe even tedious. And it's hard for you. It's not really what you like to do. But if you can kind of pull through it, you've got this good thing ahead of you. And then you've got the Fool card. And that always reminds me so much of Aries because it's that carefree sort of way of living. So, and it is springtime. And that's also, you look at this card, she's got this small bag of possessions, very small bag of possessions, this dog that's carefree holding a flower in the sunlight and kind of invisible to the world around her. And looking at a little bit the land between here. So you might be in this situation where you don't really know what's going to happen next, but you're just going to keep that positive attitude. You're going to keep that carefree feeling, and you're not going to let anything get you worked up, right? And so let's just go ahead and see. Whoop, flying cards. What do we have for Aries? Let me try again. I'm not sure that card really, well, I'll leave it out. What do we have for Aries to help us get more clarification on why the Sun and Wheel of Fortune card are here for Aries? That one wanted to come out. One more card. Ooh, Prince of Wands, High Priestess, the Sun and the Wheel of Fortune card. The Sun and the Wheel of Fortune card. Okay, so we've got the King of Wands. There's that fire energy there. We've got the Prince of Wands, also fire energy. So this deck has princesses, and princes, meaning that the princess would have been the page and the prince would be the knight, right? So for those of you who are more studied in the tarot, I would say this Prince of Wands, that this is a messenger and it's bringing news, but good news, exciting news, exuberant news, right? And I would say that there's Aries energy. It doesn't really matter about the sex as far as king or queen. It feels more like this is just Aries energy. It could be fire sign energy. So this energy includes Leo and Sagittarius. I'm stuck on Aries because that's the reading I'm doing. But so I feel like you're getting a message from an Aries energy. And then you have this High Priestess. So what this tells me is that this message is intellectual in nature and yet intuitive and forward thinking, right? This is really good information. And then let's see more about this outcome. Tell me about the 2-5, the 5 of Swords and the 5 of Wands. Help me clarify the 5 of Swords and the 5 of Wands, Spirit. And we have the 5 of Pentacles. So, okay, help me clarify the 5 of, it's just all about change. The 5 of Wands and the 5 of Swords, Spirit. And we'll also do the Star card here in a minute. So, and I think the Death card, no, it goes down to 4. Okay. So we've got, but the Death card is about change. It's about transformation, right? And the 5 of Discs or Pentacles is really about, it's not about financial loss as much as it is about financial worry, right? So you may be in a position where this whole thing was very critical to you from a revenue, whatever it is you were trying to increase over here with the Page of Pentacles. You're worried that that's not going to happen because of this conflict. But this Star card tells me not to worry. And this Death card, a lot of people see the Death card as kind of scary. It's not. It's actually a great card. It's about transformation, and it's not about. It's not about. It is about quick or bold or recognizable transformation, but it's not about something horrible happening in order for something good to happen necessarily. It can certainly work out that way, but it doesn't have to. And with the star card here and these other cards being sort of minor conflict and this being more about worry, I feel like you might be worrying for nothing. And for, at this point, I really wouldn't put too much thought or worry or negative effort and energy into outcome. Okay, because your star card here gives you all the outcome that you need. Let's go ahead and pull one card to clarify why is the star card here for Aries in the outcomes position. Okay, we have the moon card. Interesting, because those are complementary cards. This is Pisces by nature, so Pisces energy. This is Aquarius energy. They're right next to each other in the zodiac as well. And so that Aquarius energy kind of gives you that positive thought, that humanitarian outlook. It comes from the heart. And this moon card sort of has, it can feel like it has a little bit of an illusion, like you're not quite sure that you're seeing everything for what it is. And so this is a balance between trusting that all is going to turn out well in the way it's supposed to turn out, and knowing that not everything can be seen, and that's okay, right? All right, let's get your energy card for this week. I'll pull an energy card and a wisdom card. I like both of these decks a lot. This is the energies, the Oracle of the Energies by Colette Baron Reed. It's just it's beautiful artwork and a fun deck. So let's see, what is Aries energy card for the week of April 23rd through the 29th? Whoop, and there it is. Let it go. Wow, we've talked about that a lot, haven't we, Aries? So this card it's true as it stated, number 24, let it go. So in other words, do what you're going to do. What your plan is good. It's not flawless. Nothing is flawless, right? Everything in life has bumps in the road, and you will have bumps as well, but just let it go. It's all going to turn out for the highest good. And I think that is what you need to remember, is it's all going to turn out for the highest good. Let's see what wisdom card we can get for today, for this week as well. All right, Spirit, give me the wisdom card for Aries for the week of April. These cards are so slickery. April 23rd through the 29th. It's my new word, slickery. All right, here we go. Orphaned. So you may feel like you're a little bit on an island by yourself here, or that people aren't supporting you in the work that you're doing, or that they actually feel like it's something they might need to work against. And excuse me. Again, okay, so part of this is let it go. But in consolation, when you're feeling this way, remember you are such an independent species, Aries. It's just in your nature. So don't stand on this orphaned feeling too long, because it's not where you belong. It's not in your nature. And don't let yourself go there. Let go of what you're worried about and know that the highest good is working out for you. Okay. All right, Aries. Thank you for your time today, and thank you for listening to your reading. And I hope you have a wonderful week ahead. And I'm sending you lots of love.